Hi people, it's me, Anja. My pronouns are she, her, and welcome back to my channel, and happy Pride Month. So today's video is a part 2 to my favorite books with transgender main characters, so let's just get started. The first book on this list is called Anna on the Edge. This book is a middle-grade contemporary story following a young non-binary protagonist navigating a binary world. This book is absolutely so amazing. It is so wonderful and so lovely. If you didn't know, this book was one of my favorites last year, which just goes to show how absolutely awesome it is, because I loved every single element of it, especially the representation. The representation was so well done, and I believe that this book is own voices, so we love to see it. This book is so good. First of all, like I said, the representation is so lovely, and it's so wonderful, and it's so well done. Second of all, the main character is such a wonderful, well-developed, distinct character. Third of all, the plot is so intriguing and it's done so well. I just really enjoyed this story because I thought it was so well done and it was so lovely and it was so wonderful, and I really enjoyed it. So with that, I would highly recommend this book. The next book on this list is another 2020 favorite, and it is Under Shifting Stars. This book is another middle-grade contemporary, and it's absolutely so good. It follows a pair of siblings who, right after their brother dies, and it follows them as they navigate how their brother's death impacts their relationship with each other and within themselves. One of the main characters is gender fluid, and the other one is neurodivergent. I love this book so much. First of all, the representation is so well done. I absolutely loved it. Both characters are such well-developed, distinct characters, and I love them individually, but also together. You know what I mean? I loved the relationship so much. I thought it was so well done and just so awesome. This book is so good and it deserves so much more hype. I absolutely loved it. The plot was also super intriguing and super awesome. This book is so good and it deserves so much more hype because it's absolutely so wonderful, both with the representation and without. You know what I mean? Like, even aside from the wonderful, lovely representation, this book is so good. And with that, I highly recommend it. Next book on this list is one of my favorites from this year, and it is I Was Born for This by Oseman. This book is so good. It's a YA contemporary following two characters. One of them is transgender, and he is part of a boy band, and the second one is a Muslim girl who's a big fangirl of the boy band, and he happens to be her favorite band member. This book is so good. Some people have critiqued this book for sounding too much like a fan fiction because the plot seems all too coincidental, which I completely understand. However, I didn't really find that to be a problem because I was so immersed by this story and by these characters. Oseman does such a great job creating such wonderful, well-developed, distinct characters, and I loved all of the friend groups in this story. This book is so well done. I absolutely loved it. Both of the main characters are such wonderful, well-developed, distinct characters, like I mentioned before, and I love them. I wanted to reach for the pages and just give them a hug because I absolutely loved them and I loved their dynamic. Alice's writing is so well done and it's so awesome. This book is so good and it definitely deserves just as much hype as all of her other books because I believe that this book is her most underhyped book. And honestly, I don't really get it because it's so incredible. So with that, I would highly recommend it. The next book on this list is another 2021 favorite, and it is Between Perfect and Real. This book is YA contemporary and follows a young transgender boy who finds the courage to come out and fully be himself through his high school production of Romeo and Juliet when he plays Romeo. This book is so good. It's literally perfect. I really loved it. I was so emotionally connected to what was happening and who the main protagonist was. I think that he is such a wonderful, well-developed, distinct character, and I love him. The plot was so intriguing as well, and I was just so intrigued every single chapter with what was happening because this story is so well done. The representation was so wonderful. and I really enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed the main character's growth. I thought this story was so good. This book deserves so much more hype than what it has received so far, because it's so good. It is so wonderful, and I absolutely loved it because I just fell in love with every single element of this story because it's just so good. It's so lovely and it's so wonderful, and with that I would highly recommend it. The next book on this list is probably going to be one of the most talked about books this year, and it deserves that, and it is Meet Cute Diary. This book is so good. It's a YA contemporary following a triracial transgender boy whose idea of perfect relationships gets challenged by his first relationship. This book is so good. First of all, it's so fluffy and it's so wholesome, and it's just so happy and lovely and wonderful. Second of all, the representation is so well done. This book is absolutely so amazing, and I absolutely really enjoyed it. Third of all, the romance is so cute. It's so cute and it's so lovely and it's so wholesome, and I really enjoyed it. All of the characters are such well-developed, distinct characters, and I loved them. This book is so good. It deserves all of its hype and so much more. In fact, I would go as far to say that this book deserves just as much hype as Cemetery Boys. And I know that that's a really high compliment, but I completely agree with it. This book is so good. It's so good, and it deserves all of its hype and so much more. So please go read it if you haven't already, because I clearly highly recommend it. The last book on this list, but certainly not the least, because it's another 2021 favorite, is The Ship We Built. This book is middle grade contemporary, and before I go into what this book is really about, please note that there's a huge trigger warning on it for sexual abuse, so please be wary of that. Anyway, this book is incredible, and it follows a young 10-year-old transgender boy who's just figuring out who he is in 1997, as you do. This book is so good, and it's so incredible because I really enjoyed the writing of this book because it really brought the story to life. Roman is such a wonderful, well-developed, distinct character, and I love him. I was so emotionally connected to him every single step of the way, and I wanted to reach through the pages and just give him a hug because he deserves the world. He is such a wonderful, well-developed character, and I love him. Like I said, the plot is so intriguing and it's so well done. This book is so good. The setting was also easy to see, if that makes any sense. Like I said, it's set in 1997, and I can definitely visualize this setting because I really enjoyed all the historical references. This book is so good, and I really enjoyed it. I really loved it. So with that, I would highly recommend it because this book deserves so much more hype. So in conclusion, happy Pride Month. Since this video is a part 2, I will be leaving in the description box below part 1, as well as the usual donation link for Palestine, so please don't forget to donate. If you enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below the octopus emoji if you made it all the way to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you in my next video.